Army veteran J.R. Martinez survived the unthinkable in 2003 while serving in Iraq. His Humvee hit a roadside bomb. He was trapped inside the burning vehicle. Martinez suffered burns all over his body and underwent 34 surgeries. Fast forward to the present, and he is using his story to inspire others and help his fellow veterans. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you very much. And, of course, thank everybody else who's watching who has served as well and their families.
Absolutely. Now, what you went through was absolutely horrific. How did you find the strength to not only survive but thrive?
Honestly, what it came down to, there was a couple of factors for me personally. Was one, the community that supported me. After I was injured, I was allowed, which every veteran that's physically injured is allowed, a convalescent leave to go back home for 30 days. And I was allowed that. And when I went back home, the community threw a parade for me, a surprise parade. And just the way that they embraced me and supported me and loved me and just told me despite the injuries, despite anything, they still loved me. But then also when I had to go back to San Antonio, Texas to resume my care, I surrounded myself with a lot of other veterans who were going through the same exact thing, and so it allowed me to feel like as if I wasn't going through this process alone, and in turn it was doing the same thing for them.
Wasn't there a moment in your recovery when you actually got to sit down with a burn victim, and it was in that moment that you really felt that you can make an impact? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So it was 6 months after I was injured, and I was kind of just going through the motions, doing my appointments, you know, going to therapy and visiting with my doctors. And one of the nurses asked me to visit a patient who had just seen his body for the first time after being injured in Iraq and was having a difficult time, understandably so. And I refused because I associated I have no college degree. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a therapist. What am I going to be able to say that's going to be able to help him? And she said, just go in and talk to him about your experience and how it's been for you in the last 6 months. And I did. I went in and we spoke for about 45 minutes. And when I was done, you know, just something made me, you know, I saw the lights in his room were on. When I entered the room was dark. And when I was exiting, the lights were on. And that made me feel like I was able to shed some light on this dark road that he was going on. And so that started pretty much this whole J.R. Martinez, you know, new purpose, new way of serving. And I started visiting patients every single day. Just honestly, just being a walking, talking manual to this whole burn recovery process.
Yeah, and there really is no roadmap. So for you to be able to reach out like that, that is so impactful and so important. And you've continued that in so many ways by doing a lot of partnerships with different organizations.
Yeah.
So what's going on with Wall Street Rocks? Because it sounds like it's rocking. Sorry, I'm searching.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was going to let that one go, but you went there. No. Wall Street Rocks is great. I mean, it's a group of individuals that have come together from different industries, from the financial world, the entertainment field, and technology world, and just come together and said, listen, we want to do something for our veterans. And, you know, a lot of people have this misconception of thinking that when veterans come home, they're completely taken care of, you know, and there's a lot of gaps. Unfortunately, there are a lot of gaps. But fortunately, there are those gaps because there's individuals like Wall Street Rocks that steps up and say, hey, listen, we're going to have a concert. We're going to have a night, December 16th, you know, here in New York City, where tickets are still available. But we're going to have this night where people can come out and just have a great time. But all the money is going to go to these two nonprofits that are assisting veterans in such amazing ways. One of them being Operation Finally Home, which is one that's very near and dear to my heart. Because I've been with them since the very beginning. I'm actually on their board, and I'm a little biased, but you know, what they're able to do with the small amount of money is truly impressive in building these custom mortgage-free homes. And then you also have Hope for the Warriors that are doing a lot of great things as well. So, you know, these are two very good organizations that are doing a lot of great things that are really helping our service members and their families, and giving them the opportunity to get back to, quote-unquote, living a normal life and finding that new stability, finding that new way of life,
the new normal.
Finding their new normal, finding their new way. And, you know, it's really great because it's unfortunate that, you know, there's a lot of nonprofits that are out there that unfortunately are set out to take care of veterans and anybody, but not all of them are doing the right things, you know. And Wall Street Rocks has done their homework. They made sure that they're going to benefit you know, two organizations that are doing a lot of great work in this space. And so this is an opportunity for people to, as I said, as those gaps that they do exist, this is an opportunity for the community to come out, support, you know, buy a ticket, come out, have a great time. They're essentially using music to raise money and help a lot of veterans and their families.
What's one thing you want civilians to know about our active military and our veterans?
what's one thing that I want civilians to know about, you know, is that we are still your sons, your daughters, your brothers, your sisters. You know, we may have this mask and we may seem a little callous, like kind of on the exterior, but yet, yeah, but when you kind of penetrate that and when you give us an opportunity, when you take the time to get to know us, when you are a little bit more patient with us, you see that there's this whole other person, this person that was there prior to the military. I mean, your brother served in the military, and I know currently he's in Afghanistan, and so this speaks to you, and you understand that, and so we just want people, you know, to take the time to get to know veterans, because we are assets, we're not liabilities, we bring a lot to the table, and we just want an opportunity, want people to be patient with us, and just say, hey, listen, we're not going to look at you as like you're this special case, you know, we're just going to treat you with respect because we know you've done something, we appreciate your service, and we're here to help you. What can we do? And that's why there's heroes in that, because you guys sacrifice so much, and I just thank you from the bottom of my heart. No, thank you for the time, and, you know, thank you to Wall Street Rocks, because as people look at us service members as heroes, I mean, I think that Wall Street Rocks and everybody that's going to come out to assist and support are heroes to us, so thank you. Thank you. For more on J.R. Martinez, follow him on Twitter. I am J.R. Martinez, and visit wallstreetrocks.org for details about the event. For Heroes at Home, I'm Diana Feltham.